voting day here in Virginia, and we're at the Radford Recreation Center, and we're hoping to speak to some candidates and voters today. As you can see, Jason Ballard is behind me, who's running against Chris Hurst for delegate. It's very rainy today, but we're hoping that doesn't keep anybody away from the polls. Let's go check it out.
Inside, the line was nearly non-existent, and the poll workers were ready to help. So the entire process of checking ID, casting a vote, scanning the ballot, and grabbing a sticker to prove it all lasted only a few minutes. After voting, people had various opinions to share about the election and the candidates.
Glenn Youngkin in his campaign has said he wanted to get rid of tax on groceries and some of the gas tax. So that's going to help the average Virginian, with living life. So
Jason Ballard's proposal for education was a little bit surprising, saying that he believes that broadband should be expanded when Chris Hurst himself has already expanded broadband and voted in several different laws to expand broadband in the Southwest Virginia area.
When asked what issues are important to voters, several topics came to mind.
I don't know, I vote in every election, so I usually vote a Republican card. So I just want to see this state turn red, and hopefully we can get that changed today.
I don't believe that parents do have a say in what the government has to do with education as far as students go. I think that teachers do know best for what they need to be teaching.
The education system and how it should be dealt with was a recurring topic among voters and Ballard himself.
Public education is one of the reasons why I got involved in politics. I really had no desire to enter the political arena, but we have 3 kids in the public school system, and so it's near and dear to our heart. And my opponent voted for House Bill 257, which removed that reporting requirement, the sexual battery and stalking on teachers, and what I think makes our kids less safe in schools. And so if I'm elected, I'm going to work to change that. We're going to undo House Bill 257.
Less than 24 hours before these polls opened, Ballard's opponent Chris Hurst and his partner were pulled over by police at this location for tampering with the campaign signs, and Ballard shared his thoughts on the incident.
You got to do the right thing when no one's watching, and so that's the message that I would tell everyone. Always do the right thing because someone is watching. But I don't understand it, and I just think it's a sign of desperation.
Some voters shared their predictions.
I don't know. I don't think the turnout for Terry is going to be very good, but for our delegate in the 12th district, for Chris Hurst, he's always had a very strong following. So we'll have to see what happens there. So, never know.
Terry McAuliffe is probably going to win. Mark Herring's probably also going to win. I think Chris Hurst might actually lose his re-election because of the scandal with the vandalism and the woman, but we'll see. I do hope he does win. And then I forgot who's running for lieutenant governor, but I do believe that the Democrat is going to win for the lieutenant governorship as well.
Whether or not Radford University students should vote in local elections is a discussion that comes up every cycle here, and some voters were very passionate about the issue.
Great.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
They're here. They live here. They should
Okay.
vote.
Definitely.
100%.
Part of the community, so their voices should be heard.
Yep.
It fluctuates a great deal. It really depends on the get out the vote that's done at the college every year. So it changes from year to year.
To hear from Radford students themselves, I went back to campus to speak to a few first-time Virginia voters.
Well, I've always wanted to vote, but this is the first time I'm actually legally allowed to vote. And now that it's for governor, seeing the different standpoints, it's definitely more of a motivation.
It is important, and I know a lot of people only want to vote for presidents and stuff, but voting for governor really affects where you live now.
I'd say definitely vote because your voice can be heard no matter what. Each vote counts and matters. So yeah, I encourage everyone to go out and vote.
Well, as you can see, the opinions are very closely divided here at the Radford Rec Center. It's a little wet outside, but make sure you come out and vote today. This is Holly Carter, signing off.
A few hours after the polls closed, the election results came in as a sweeping Republican victory, and significant history was made. Glenn Youngkin beat Terry McAuliffe for governor. Winsome Sears will be the first woman elected lieutenant governor. Jason Miyares beat incumbent Mark Herring and will be the first Latino to serve as Attorney General. Here in the 12th District, Republican Jason Ballard beat incumbent Chris Hurst for delegate. With Radford University, I'm Holly Carter.